Hello, I'm Erkki Pesonen. I'm University lecturer in the School of Computing in University of Eastern Finland. And in this video I will briefly tell you something about how to study bachelor degree in computer science in the University of Eastern Finland. Our School of Computing has about 1,000 students, about 60 persons belong to the staff, and we will have about 100 degrees per year. We have 4 bachelor degree programs and 5 master degree programs. Most of them are in Finnish, but we have also bachelor programs in English and a master program in English. So, what is actually computer science about? Well, first of all, if you have a big amount of data and you want to store it and you want to do something with the data, that's when you read computer science. You have to develop a computer system and you have to store information there, and then it's easy for you to manipulate the data, look for the data and do what you want to with the data. You need a computer, you need problem solving skills, and you need an algorithm, so you need instructions for the computer how to manipulate the data. So in practice, some examples is the database of student credits, and of course there are restrictions who can manipulate data, who can put their courses and who can put their degrees. So there must be some kind of identification system for the users of this database. So the computer science in general is doing research on how to present data, how to manipulate data, what kind of methods can be used there, about computer systems, generally about the use of computers. And so one brief example is how to find the shortest route between places, or how to transfer speech to text. So how you need to understand it and then transfer it. And if we look at the University of Eastern Finland, then here are some research areas. So we do research in data analytics and statistics and in big data. We are doing research in technologies for learning and development, in speech and pattern recognition, generally artificial intelligence in many fields, ICT and sustainable development, and of course, in addition to those, color science. So, generally, if you study computer science at the university, so what kind of jobs are you aiming at? Well, usually they are related to development of software systems and also management of the people who are developing software systems. And this work is usually done in project through groups, so you need some kind of people to take care of, and administration, I think I was leading the project and do working together and that kind of things. And if you think about salaries in Finland nowadays, well, here are some examples. If you're just graduated, you might get about 3,000 euros per month, and if you have 5 years experience, you might get something like 4,000 or 5,000 euros per month. But these also vary with the companies and vary with the kind of jobs you are doing, so they are not the general rule. But generally, if you have studied at university, your mean salary is about 5,000 euros per month. And in Finland, there's a continuous need for good professionals in ICT area. So, what does a computer science professional actually know? Well, he or she knows how to manipulate information with the computer, and, well, pen and paper also, but he can do it with the computer more efficiently. He can plan and he can implement computer systems, make new systems for people. He can develop also new methods for data manipulations, and he can educate or train people who use these computer systems. He also knows the standards and tools, how the programs are developed. So this kind of industry area, so there are certain standards that you need to use when you are developing new programs, and of course there are different kind of tools that you use in development, so you also need to know the basics of how to use those tools. You also need to understand something about business, how the business works, so the firm is getting money and is going well. And also the project management, as I just said in the previous slide. And nowadays, more and more important is that you know something about the social impact of ICT when this kind of word of Facebook and Instagram, that kind of things is going all around the world. Well, this ICT area is developing all the time. And in the old days, people just wrote programs. Then there came technologies, how to do it more efficiently. And nowadays, these technologies are connected to business models and also to social innovations, so you can make more interesting things with these systems. And part of the job nowadays can also be that you are just buying pieces of program from different people. Then you're connecting them together and managing them services that you offer to other people. And you kind of not just writing code, but you are just managing the whole big system and putting parts together and making them work well. So experts of different areas are needed, so you can't know everything of everything, but you need to specify some specific area. And you can also know something about the subject fields. And in UEF you can choose minor subjects, so you can get specialized in some different areas depending on what you're interested in. So here are some examples about the professions you might be working at. You might be a software developer. You can do some testing or analyzing the system and developing the system further. You can do managing, be a small manager for a project group or a big manager for a bigger company or area or a bigger part of a program. Or you can be a trainer who can educate the people who are using these systems. Here are some examples about the companies that work in Finland. So Nokia is a well-known business company doing some network programming. Tieto is a Scandinavian software company. Isseker is a local company here in Kuopio, is working all around Finland. CGI is a Canadian firm that has people working all around the world. Ponsse is making some harvester machines, but also needs a lot of technology in those. Nordea is a banking company, and G Healthcare is an international firm that is developing medical systems, but they also need software in those systems. So, why should you be interested in choosing computer science? Well, you could get a strong background for a growing field and get good jobs there. We have good compact campuses here in two cities, in Joensuu and Kuopio, and we have very good learning environments also. We have friendly atmosphere and guidance and support is available. And of course, there are good opportunities to getting a job during your studies or after your studies. So, how would you think? Would Joensuu or Kuopio be your future home for your studies or even further? Think about that. Joensuu is a city which has about 78,000 inhabitants, and about 1/3 of them is actually students. The campus area is very near the city center, or actually part of the city center, and the city is very flat. It's very easy to move there by biking from one place to another very easily, and the city is full of events. And then Kuopio is a city of good life. We are a little bit bigger. In Kuopio, we have about 1,022 inhabitants, and we have lakes all around and good nature around. And we have good traveling connections and also good opportunities for winter sports and summer sports and many kinds of hobbies. So, is this a good possibility for you, for your future? Think about it. If you come to study, then the first degree you will do is a bachelor degree, 180 credit units, takes about 3 years. And then after that you take a Master of Science degree, 120 degrees, so about 2 years. And your main subject will be computer science. The studies include basic studies, subject studies, advanced studies, also minor subjects and language and communication studies. It's possible to study Finnish, so the official language of Finland, and you you need to do some courses of Finnish and language. And if you're interested, think about staying in Finland, you can do a lot of those studies, so you can get a good knowledge of how to speak and listen and write Finnish language. And you can include those in your studies also. So here are some specialization areas which go closely related to our research groups. So we have courses about all these areas, some learning and development technologies, sustainability, AI, machine learning, data science, and color and image technology. So what's your interest in computer science? If it's something related to this, then we can offer you some good, interesting courses. If you're interested in admission, coming to study to us, the application period is in January, from 3rd to 17th January, and it's with General Finnish System opintopolku, where your study path, where you need to make your application. And we have 40 places for bachelor degree students in an English program, in Joensuu 40 places, and in Kuopio also 40 places. And the admission criteria is entrance examination course. You need to do that in February, March, and you can get credits for that course also. And it's about general computer science and something about programming. So you need to do the course, and you get points from the course for the entrance, and the best students are selected. And also you need the certificate about your language skills, so you can do English, you can study English, you can write English so well that it's possible for you to study. So more information is from that link that's written in the slide. And easiest way is uef.fi and ibpit, EIBPIT. With those search words, you can find the page. There's more information about this program. Well, if you're interested, take in contact, look at the web pages of UEF and AB pages, and ask more if you've got questions. Thank you.